Welcome back to Legion Outpost. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about list building again. I haven't done this in a while, but I was just playing a game the other night and I was playing the Wookiee list, and I was playing against a Bright Tree Village list, and about the third turn, the person playing the other lists surrendered to me, gave me the game, and said, I can't continue. He still had more activations than me, obviously, because Wookiees are more expensive than Ewoks, but he had gotten to a point where he couldn't do anything because of the amount of suppression that was coming on him. And I started thinking about Ewok list because I was going to build a Ewok list, and I didn't bring one because I wanted to try the Wookiees, and so I really started thinking about how do we build a Ewok list. I have an idea of how to build an Ewok list, but I never put it into practice because, one, I only have 2 Ewok units finished painting, and I was thinking, well, I want maybe 3 Ewok units, and I still have to paint Wicket and Low Gray, so I haven't pulled them out yet. But they're on my table to be finished painted, and so I'm gonna get them done, and so I can actually play this list the next time I get together with my playing group. But here's the thing: I learned a lot from playing against the list, and I think sometimes the best way to learn to play a list is looking at some of the things that don't work or worked, or maybe that really hinder the list. And so we're gonna get right to it, and let's take a look. So we're going to go into a Legion list, and we build usually from Legion HQ. It's kind of my favorite. And we're going to just name this Wicket and Chewy Heavy. So it's WCH. Simple. And so let's just get in there. Obviously, I said we're going to have Wicket, and so there's Wicket's going to be in there. And I played against a guy, and he had Wicket in it, and Wicket was pretty decent. You don't think that he's going to be all that powerful, but he took down a full Wookiee unit by himself. And nothing else really did do that. But I think he's a pretty solid unit. I'm also going to add Princess Leia because I think Leia is really a key to keeping your Wicket alive, but also to keeping the suppression off. Now, he had Leia too, but he didn't get Leia activated quick enough to get the suppression off, and it just kept bombarding and bombarding him. With the Wookiees, I played the card where you make them give more suppression when they activate, and it just happened to just kill his army. So let's keep going. I like to, before I start updating them, add some things. So let's add our Ewok skirmishers. We're going to have at least one of them. And then I want to add some Rebel Troopers. And I'm going to do the Rebel Troopers out because I know what I'm going to do with them. Whenever playing Ewoks, you need some ion or things that can beat vehicles or heavy that are armored. So I'm going to take an armored. Whenever I play these, I always put them with the Rebel Trooper Specialist to get them that free dodge. And then I'm going to put an ion grenade to give them the ion. And then I like to get them a little more protection. And I'm going to scout them out so that they're kind of in the front to be able to deal with the things. And we're just going to go with 2 of them. So that's 150 points to 275, 75 each. And that's the bulk of our anti-tank. So then we're going to go into our special forces, and then we're going to go with 1 unit of Ewok slingers. And we're going to add the heavy, and we're going to put on these guys. I think the charge, because it's worth it. It's always worth it. And then we're going to actually add the Ewok Trapper, and then we're going to go down, and it was cool if I do that. That's more, whatever. I'm going to add Scout. That's like a... Well, we got to gain a dodge early, too. Is either that or outmaneuver. I'm going to go with that, actually. Give them a Scout, and then the dodge. We want them to get them close range as quick as possible. So we're going to keep going here. And this one, we said we're going to have Chewie. And we're going to put Chewie in the heavy, so we might as well do that. And he has no updates grades. He's just the 190 right there. So we're at 7 activations, 593 with no upgrades there. Now, this is the way I think I'm going to play this. Is I'm going to quickly get into Wicket. And Wicket, we're going to give him that extra scout and the dodge early. We're going to give him tenacity, because why not? And we're going to give him outmaneuver. Okay, and then Leia, we're going to give her the allied with the Underworld connection so that she can share stuff with Wicket. We're going to give her the extra dodge. And then we're going to give her leading by example, because we need to get rid of that. It's all that extra stuff that we're going to get. Keep her guys from being suppressed. We're going to go with the heavy there. Again, we'll go with that. Load them right up. We're going to give them the charge, and we are going to give them that. So there's our 2 Ewok units that I have painted. So that's what we're going with right now. And I just got to paint Wicket. Now we're at 7 activations. It's still pretty weak. We're going to throw in another Special Forces, but this time we're going to go with the Rebels. We're going to go with the Rebel Commandos. We're going to give them the big gun to give them a little bit extra shooting. They might be moving, so if we're going to move them, give them Tactical 1, and then we'll give them a dodge. There we go. Tempted to give them smoke grenades too. Give a little extra cover in the area if we need it. We'll come back to that. There. Now we're at 7:45, and we have 8 activations. Now the other activation that I was thinking about is maybe Low Gray. Low Gray, he is a support character, and we might have enough suppression removal, but it doesn't hurt to have a little more. And with Low Gray, we definitely want herbal medicine. We definitely want, oh, where's the other Low Gray card? Oh yeah, secret there. We're over by 5. We'll be, see if there's anything else we want. We don't need the charge. We might want duck and cover. And then I guess that's it. So we're over by 7. So we have to relook at some of these things. So we take offensive push off. Take that off. Now we have 4. Duck and cover them again. I like to spend everything if I can. I'm going to get outmaneuvered. They don't get dodges that easy though. So it's almost like a waste to give them outmaneuver. Is there anything for 4 that Low Gray can take? Nope. Okay, let's see what we can do. I got it. There we go. There. Give him an extra scout. Give him the duck and cover to give them the cover that they need. And there we go. We got a decent little list now. Let's just talk about this for a second. We're going to be teaming up Leia and Wicket. We're going to be scouting everything forward and having Low Gray keep everybody alive. We're going to go to our command cards. Really simply, I like the bombardment. And then I think with this, we really need the trap. Then we definitely are picking the teammate. And I like this one for the tribe, but I also like Courageous Comeback, so definitely take Courageous Comeback. Choose up to 2 enemy units at the range to a wicket, and each gains 2 observation tokens. When a friendly unit attacks the unit that has observation token this round, they may spend that observation token on the enemy to gain surge to hit for the attack. This could be some fun things. Leia and Chewie, and then let them attack together. Yeah, let's do that. And then the third one for the tribe. Now, let's take a real quick look at what we've got here. I'm going to put the list down in the bottom. I'll put the 2 lists that we're building here down in the bottom so you can take a look at them later. And so what we want to do here, if we look, we got a lot of scouting. So when we're doing objectives, deployment, we'll do deployment first. We want something that can get them fairly close, but so we're going to go with some of those. I always like that. And then I guess advanced position. So there's the deployment we're going with. So we're going major offensive, dangerous close, hemmed in, advanced positions. Now remember, we are 800 points, so more likely we're not going to be blue player. But if we do be blue, if we are blue player, we want things we can do. And conditions, we want limited visibility for sure. We don't care about hostile environments because we're not removing things anyways. So like suppression, so we might as well put the pain on the other people as well. And then those 2 will be good, which is fortified positions and supply drop. Now, as far as objectives, I think sabotage, key, recover the supplies. I think hostage would be good, but then if we're doing hostage, we'd have to change one of our command cards. So let's not go to hostage. Instead, we'll go with breakthrough. And hope you don't get played breakthrough. Okay, so that's the list. It is, go from the top to bottom. That is Wicket, Leia, Ewok skirmishers, 2 rebel trooper units, Ewok slinger, Chewbacca, commando unit, low gray. And so, as I said, if we wanted to go hostage exchange, we could, but we would need to take a 2 pip out. So we take courageous counterattack. No, brains and brawn. We take brains and brawn out, and then we go back to that. And if we're going to do that hostage, we'd put in no time for sorrows, and there we go. That'd be the change if we were doing hostage. Now, let's take a quick look. If we're going to make a list a little different, I thought there's really 2 ways of making this list, and that's with Chewie, without Chewie, and without low gray. So I think you need Leia and Wicket. And then if we're going to do it without low gray, we're going to add another commando unit. And then we have 8 activations. This one's going to go activation heavy. We're going to add another skirmisher unit just as the same. And then we're going to add another slinger unit. Oh, we can't because it's 3. So then I think you can put low gray back in. Let's go with load ray and C3PO. That would give us a lot of mitigation. We gotta lose 5 points. In this case, we're going to take the 5 points out of one of those dodges. So this is 11 activation list, and it is Wicket, Tenacity, Leia, 2 Ewok skirmishers, 2 rebel troopers, Ewok slinger, 2 commando units, C3PO, and Logray. And this one is really about mitigating any crappy stuff that can happen to you using C3PO. And he's got Compel, Infiltrate, Master Storyteller, Divine Influence. This is really just going to give your ability not to worry so much about all the stress of war. And then let's go back to the command cards. And we'll keep the log trap, keep friendship, no time for sorrows for the tribe. Yeah, pretty much the same. Everything's going to play similar. I don't think this list is quite as strong, but I think that's where we're going to go. So that's just kind of a list building, and I really like the first list, so I'm going to put the link for the first list on there. The second list, I still have to figure out if C3PO is worth it, but what it's going to give you is a little bit more punch from the commandos, but you're losing the punch of the ATST with Chewie in it, and I think it's better to have the Chewie. We'll see how it plays out, and we'll just have a lot of fun trying it out. I'll just talk about it once I get it done and play it. But that's another list building video for you. Hope you liked it, and hope it just stimulates your thought, and maybe you can think about how you can put Ewoks into play. I found that the Ewoks came out with some really great things. Everybody wanted Ewoks, and then right after, Tempest Force came out, and you're like, oh, Ewoks really stink against armor. And right now, with the amount of armor you see coming out with Dark Troopers and everything, Ewoks might be a hard play, but they're a lot of fun. So why don't you take a chance on them and try out an Ewok list? I wouldn't take it to a competitive situation, but fun, yeah. Okay, that's enough for tonight, and I'll see you later, and have a wonderful day, and let the Force be with you.